Cannabis Quick Hits.
So I crossed it with that, right? It's a tart, sharp, acrid terpene profile, right?
Yeah.
So I brought the Roadkill Skunk up against it. Now I'm going to end up with a long flowering son of a bitch. It's going to be 12 weeks at least.
Yeah.
But if I grow these out and I get a high percentage of Roadkill Skunks, you can bet I'll be weeding them down to shorter flowering and be able to keep that Roadkill Skunk, because I'm sure that V Black will rule dominant in many of the things, especially the terp combo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I should be able to, in theory, inbreed these with the right combo and get all Roadkill Skunk. They might be 11 weeks, they might be 10 weeks, but I should be able to do it because I can't get my skunk line to come all Roadkill. It won't. I've tried 3 different ways and I always get the same spread no matter what I do.
I've tried 2 different ways with a few different lines, and it is very hard, especially once the bud is dry, to lock in that smell. Once the bud dries, it's like, that smell's gone.
Sometimes that is the case.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just, it depends on a lot of things. It's like what I do now, more recently, only for the last, 3 years, maybe 4 years or so, is I used to never dry my weed too dry because I like to smoke it when it has just a skosh of moisture still in it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's much, much smoother.
Absolutely.
You smoke super, super dry weed, it's a little hot, right?
Yeah, man.
So I always like my weed like that. So it's hard to store weed like that without consistently burping it.
Exactly.
Or else it loses the smells faster, right?
Yeah.
So what I do now is, and this works good, buddy. I take and I mummify it, right? I mean, I dry it so fucking bad, you touch it, it'll just crumble.
Okay.
That's how dry I dry it.
Yeah.
I very carefully put it in big jars and put it in a big insulated cooler and I store it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I want to hit that weed or check it out or smoke it or whatever, I just open the jar up. My humidity around here is usually around 50%, which is fine. 60%, that's fine. And I take some very carefully out of the jar. I set it in an open bowl, close the jar, put it back, and then I let it just set out in my room for about a few hours usually. Check the moisture level, because fast it'll start soaking that up.
Oh, I bet. It's dry.
Moisture from there, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets to that perfect consistency within several hours. Sometimes it takes overnight. It depends if the humidity's low.
Yeah.
But by the next day or within a few hours, boom! You not only have the perfect moisture level in your buds, but the smells just come out with a vengeance then.
Oh, I bet.
Because it all starts processing again.
Yeah.
Once you mummified it, you've stopped it.
Yeah.
You've stopped everything it's doing. There's no moisture in there, right?
Yeah.
So it preserves your buds for a super long time. So I take them all, I put them in all smaller containers, like either pint jars or what are they, quart jars.
Yeah.
I save them all in that so that I never have to bust one open and keep opening it. That way I can burn through one in a relatively short amount of time.
Absolutely.
Not have to keep opening it and close it, having more moisture get in there.
Yeah, constantly that fluctuation. Good.
I opened up some Blue Rhino 1947 a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was 5 years old. It's been in storage for 5 years. I did that to
it. 5 years? And it wasn't frozen or anything?
Perfect. No, it was just now. Understand, I store them in a big, gnarly, insulated cooler.
Okay.
This cooler is in a place that is pretty cool, never gets really warm.
Gotcha.
So the real key to the long-term storage is having your degree variance be very small in any 24-hour period, right?
That makes sense.
You only want that to change like a degree or 2 max.
Max,
right?
Yeah.
And then that will store it, as long as it's cool, for a super long time all by itself. So mine stays like that in the cooler. 5 years, buddy. 5 years. I broke it out, let the moisture absorb it. I squeezed it and went, Mama!
You know who else is blown my mind is Bodie. He has like this barn with buds hanging in it. And for years he can have buds in here and just of all different land races and stuff. People going to pick it off, but because Santa Cruz's humidity is so perfect, it's just like a humidor for bud. It lasts years. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That is nice.
Yeah.
If you've got, like here, it's really a lot of times here in Oregon, it's too wet to really, I can pop them in the room since I don't trim the plant.